Oof. That was close. Okay, we're still on green fine. Okay, combine these two to get 2 full heals. And we've got a large body of water here. Now, sadly, Chris is not able to just, you know, walk across it. After all, to make his trousers wet. So we're going to have to open up the gate with the very squeaky crank. And we're rewarded with FMV! Not sure why we needed FMV to show the draining, but, what-ho, we have a budget, we may as well use it. The water is running down the opposite side. So it is. Very good, Chris. Doesn't explain how exactly there's a waterfall going on when I can't actually see if there's a river behind all of this. Because that water definitely isn't moving in the pre-rendered moment. Okay, now we have to avoid raining snakes. Because it's raining snakes. Hallelujah. These snakes can poison you, so be careful. Luckily they can't get you if you're on the elevator. From what I've read, the reason why there are poisonous snakes and loads of poisonous dogs and everything is because a lot of the T-virus that was making all of these zombies and stuff, some of that got out into the local waters and that. So that's what caused all the snakes and everything to start multiplying. It does make me wonder though, why would you make a virus that can make zombie snakes? At what point do zombie snakes give you any benefit in a war or anything? Who is ordering zombie snakes, is what I want to know. Okay, you can take these 2 herbs. Now we've got a very careful bit of walking to do if we want to get past these dogs. No point in killing them, 1, because we ain't got a weapon. And 2, because they will despawn when we finish up in our next area, the dormitory. Ow. Should have seen that coming. Whoa, nearly. Okay, the 3rd one there. Quickly in. Phew. That's close. Okay, first thing we want to do is run in here, because in here we have a nice storage room, so we can dump a few things and grab a few things. First thing we want this handgun clip. And we're also going to dump all of our inventory and just take our knife. So that's all we need for now. Okay. Put that there. Put that there. And put all these up here. So I'm actually going to move these, because I like having all my herbs and my healing items all in one place. Don't mind me just being pedantic. Wait, no, want my knife. And John, we'll leave that for now, and we'll take this first aid spray with us. Probably just wasted about a minute there fiddling around with the inventory. Oh well, call me pedantic. We want to take our knife, run around, and in through here. They're stockpiling up on handgun rounds for the moment. First thing we need to do is run into this room. Dormitory 1, I think it is. Okay, quickly head into this little bathroom part. Luckily this is not the DS remake, so there's no zombies in here, just a very mucky bath. Muddy water. We will drain it. There is another bathroom in the mansion that you can use, and that one allows you to get a small key, if I remember correctly. One thing I always liked about the first Resident Evil compared to other ones, this is probably the only survival horror game I know of, well, the only Resident Evil game of the main trilogy from what I remember, that actually shows a bathroom. Like, yeah, I mean, you built admittedly, they only built a mansion with 1 toilet, but at the very least they're there. Okay. Slash. Nope, that did not work. Okay, he's down. Quick, Okay, going to slash him. Oof, got a mega slash there. Okay, we'll take the red book. Oh god, no. Oh, we killed that one. That's cool. Okay. Oh, we got his arm off. Oh god, no, the other one's awake. Oh god, this ain't gonna be good. Yeah, there's no knockback in this one. Just gonna have to run past. Okay, that did more damage than I would have liked, but we can heal in another area. That's me being stupid. Apologies for that. Okay, I want to run across here. We're going to take some damage here, admittedly. But it saves us time on pushing the statue. We're going to heal up afterwards, I promise. Oddly silent corridor, and in through here because we need to grab another key. Unlike in the remake, we do not need a special puzzle piece to get to the bees. I think it's, you need to get like a... what are they called again? Like... insecticide? Yes, insecticide. You need to grab that in order to get the keys in the remake. This one, you just run straight for the key and make a run for it. I am still curious as to the point of developing zombie bees. Or zombies, if you will. Get it? Zombies. Okay, I'm going to go up through here. It says healing items here, we need those. Okay, I'm going to have to use these single herbs in order to heal up. And we'll take this one. Leave that one there just in case we need one for later. Okay, use the dormitory key to unlock room number 2, and that frees up a space. And in we go. No zombies in here, and there's another bathroom that we don't need to go into. If I remember correctly, that one just has like shotgun shells in it or something. Okay, ignoring the map, and ignoring that report. That just tells us about what the upcoming boss Plant 42 is like. Come on, Chris, push the shelf. There's a ladder. We descended. We'll take our word for it. There's a ladder behind there. And down into the watery basement. Much better music here than in the remake. Not the remake, the DualShock one. You know what I mean. There's also 2 other versions of Resident Evil that are quite interesting. There's the Sega Saturn release, which, from what I remember, it has worse looking graphics, but has better load times compared to the PS1 version. And it also has an exclusive mode in it called Battle Mode, which is kind of like a proto mercenaries mode, where you're dumped into an area with a select character and like a certain amount of ammo and weapons for them, and a certain amount of enemies that you need to kill. And that game also has 2 unique enemy types to Resident Evil. It has a Golden Tyrant, which takes more damage than the original, and a Zombie Wesker. And also, I believe only in Chris's scenario, you actually have to fight 2 tyrants when you get to the underground lab. Like literally, you fight the first one, then a second one bursts out of another container. Quite interesting. The other version available is the PC port, which has, as you can imagine, like more detailed graphics. I believe you can skip the door loading times if you install it straight to your hard drive, and is the only version outside of Japan which has the full uncensored FMV available. You know, a bit of like pseudo censorship. The what do you call it? The DS version, it has censorship in the sense of like the opening FMV is in black and white, so you can't see the gore and everything. But it retains the zombie head. Well, you know, when we saw our first zombie, when he's eating Kenneth, it like turns around. There's an additional scene that was in the uncensored version where you see the half-eaten head drop to the floor. That version is removed in this one, but is available in the DS remake. Also, we don't get, for some reason with Chris, we don't get the FMV to show the sharks. Which is a bit sad, I quite like that scene. Anyway, use this key, get into here, and we get to the pump room. The shark room is way more intimidating in the remake, I'll tell you that much. Especially since in that one you gotta work under a timer. Otherwise the shark will burst in and eat you and do terrible shark things like sharks are known to do. And we drain the water. Chris looks mildly confused at this. And we also get to push a button. Yay, buttons! Luckily this isn't the DS version, because it's quite a hard numbering puzzle where there's like matching brackets that you gotta put the numbers into to make additions and such. I've never been good at math, so... Okay, we need to go into this waterlogged room. And we need to grab 2 items in particular. One, we need to grab these handgun clips. 1. And 2. And we also need to grab this key. Yoink. We will not sadly be using those shotgun shells in the back there, because we don't have a shotgun. Another thing also to mention, with the shotgun you cannot skip the puzzle as you could with Jill if you had Barry with you. No, if you just completely ignore it you will end up getting squished. So you need to go grab the broken shotgun from downstairs. And we just ran past the bad sharks, because they're all going to be drowning now. Like drown in air. Would that be correct? Can you drown in air? One of the great mysteries of our age. Anyway, enough of our philosophical debate. We need to run back upstairs, because I'm about to try and do something incredibly stupid. I'm going to fight Plant 42 with only a knife. How well this will end, I have no idea. Hopefully it will end well, as otherwise I'll have to re-record this entire thing, because I'm doing it with no saves. And my neighbours are playing music. Hopefully this will not be picked up on the recording. Gotta love university life, don't you? Oh, parties all the time. Perfect for recording in. Anyway, we have used the dormitory key. And the key is useless now. And run into here, and we will find... another dormitory. In that desk, I believe, is an ink ribbon if you use a small key on it. But what we want is this white book here. The only file we're going to take in this whole game. And we use our blank rig book to move the drawer to the side, and... dun dun dun. It's a door! And now... we must fight Plant 42 with a knife. And there's no Barry to save us in this one. However, if you do take Rebecca with you on the quest, she will kill Plant, or she'll half-kill Plant 42 for you by running downstairs and using a V-jolt that we just read about, which she makes up in the potion room. In this one, he just throws Chris to the floor, and we get right back up. So begin the knifing! Now, good news, because we are up close, ow, the ceiling cannot hit us. Bad news, Plant 42's tentacles can hit us. Come on, I remember there's like a sweet spot where he can't hit you. I think it's here. Come on. Just keep knifing away at those tentacles. Oh, one fell off. I always wondered how exactly Plant 42 works, because he seems to be coming from... am I actually hitting it? There we go. Okay, it's the first phase done, because he appears to be coming from the ceiling, yet... I don't know. There's no second floor, because there's a dormitory, because we don't see any staircases up, so where's it coming from? Yeah, it's also his roots are in the basement, so how's that work? Okay, how are we doing on health? Okay, we're on caution. There's a chance another hit. Okay, now we'll heal up. Nope, not the herb. Okay, luckily there's no penalty for using first aid sprays in this game. Okay, just keep cutting him down. Almost there. Almost there! Kill Plant 42 with a knife. I'm a badass. And we're also going to take his key. Yoink. Not sure how you meant to know the key's in there, unless... Probably from that angle it might show a bit of a shiny, but whatever. Also, sadly, because we don't have Rebecca with us, we miss out on the amazing cutscene where she... you know, checks on us and we say, so much for him, we got to the root of the problem. And then there's a really awkward silence. I don't know, I just love puns like that. Oh, a gunshot. Maybe it's Barry.
Wesker!
Chris, you're alive.
Totally not a suspicious way to ask
My
that.
words
And I'm going to use this
exactly.
cutscene to have a drink, so sorry if you hear a bottle opening.
Where's Jill? Aren't you with Jill?
I'm sorry. We were attacked by a strange
Dr.
monster.
Pepper, most delicious thing in the
I
world.
lost track of her while we were scouting around. I hope she's okay.
I see. Well, it's not your fault.
Some
This place is
good
crazy.
sugar and caffeine.
If we stay here,
Got a
all of us will end
fluff
up
ball in my throat
dead.
for the past half an hour.
What should we do, Wesker?
We have to complete this mission.
As ordered
Whether
by
we
Umbrella.
escape or stay and look for Jill, we don't have many bullets left, and we can't even protect ourselves.
Well, we seem to be doing pretty
We're
well so
still in
far. I just
trouble.
killed a giant plant with a knife.
Chris, there are a lot of
Chris.
locked rooms in that house. Check them out one more time. There must be a place to hide safely. I'll look around the house a little more.
But you told us to go back to the house.
Okay.
Let's get going.
Bye, Wesker. One thing I always wondered. We hear the door open pretty immediately, so that would indicate that Wesker went into the Plant 42 room. And so squishing bees. Do you think, like, he ran in there, saw Plant 42, went, damn it, he killed the damn plant. There's another 4 months of research we've lost. Also, notice, doesn't attack from the hole anymore. Anyway, we need to dodge into here. And dump some stuff. Okay, we'll put away the knife for now. I'm gonna get all of our clips out. Any others? There they are. Combine these up. Look at that, we got 90 bullets. We also need a handgun. Where's it gone? Where's the handgun gone? There it is. I always forget this. In this game it's called the Beretta, not the handgun. This is before they actually got, you know, worrying about the whole naming guns after real guns thing. Which is why in this game, the revolver is called the Colt Python, whereas in later games it would be called it's like the Silver Serpent or something, or just the Magnum. Well, not the Magnum. Just like the revolver. Also, look, no dogs! Woohoo! Except for the howling dogs in the background. Okay, we don't need those blue herbs. Okay, just gonna carefully walk past Mr. Dog. Oh god, it's activated. Run, 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 run. Come on, quickly, quick! Phew, that was close. Also quite an important thing to mention is, talk about different versions of Resident Evil, like I've got a train of thought that's about 10 stops delayed. In terms of Resident Evil versions, the international version and the Japanese version are quite different from each other. In the Japanese version, apart from, you know, the uncensored cutscenes and the fact that there's Japanese subtitles, because for some reason for a Japanese game it was made with only English localization in Japan. Like, there's no Japanese audio. The Japanese version, the enemies are weaker, there's more ammo around the house. I think save ribbons, you get 3 ribbons per like little ink ribbon thing instead of just 2. And is there anything else? Well, I think it's just in general that some. Oh yeah, and there's no auto aim is removed from the game. And the reason this was done supposedly was because in Japan there's really no such thing as rental games out there. whereas in America and Europe there are. So in order to make it so that people wouldn't just rent the game and beat it, because it's quite a short game, you can beat it in under 3 hours. In order to make sure they didn't do that, they made it so the game was a lot harder than it should be, in order to prevent you from just renting the game and beating it. You had to actually buy it if you want to finish it.
Radio. It's a little bit
Unless you're
broken,
me, then you're awesome.
It might still be usable. I'll take it with me.
Anyway, we got the broken radio here, which we would get from Richard in Jill's scenario, and we would also get it from, what's her name, Rebecca, much earlier, after we finished the Plant 42 fight. But instead we get the radio here. And here comes my most hated enemy in all of video games. If you know anything about this channel, you know I have an intense hatred and intense rivalry for these things. It is the one, it is the only, it is the most despised enemy in all of games, and my mortal enemy, the Hunter. I hate hunters. Run, 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 run. Ow. And in this game, they are broken as hell. They do way more damage than they should. They move a lot faster,
What are they?
and they have an instant kill move.
Monsters? Rebecca! Is she still in the house?
Yep. We gotta make sure we find Rebecca, because if we don't, then she's a goner. Yeah. Ow. I always forget which side they swing on. Okay, we'll run into here quickly, because we need to drop some... Well, we need to grab some supplies. Most notably, this first aid spray. There's a note outside which you can read, which I didn't because of the Hunter, that tells you that, what do you call it, Wesker left all this inside for you, so it's very nice of him. I also find it a bit ominous that, there's no, safe room music here. It's like, yeah, we know you're out there. The Hunters are waiting for you, and you gotta go back out there, my friend. Anyway, let's go out there, because we're about to try probably the second stupidest thing that we've done in this playthrough so far. We're gonna try and beat Yawn with a handgun. Ow! I always forget which side they swing from. Anyway, up, 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 up. That's close.